Hey, this is John, and I've got a video for you, and it's about my thoughts on why men should have a hobby. Anybody out there, this could pertain to anybody, but why should people have a hobby? Here's my answer. And, you know, I'm at a coin show. I set up, and another guy comes up to me and he says, you know, I just retired. This is another dealer. He retired from his 9-to-5. He was working for, 35 years, something like that. And he says, now finally, I can go full force, full steam ahead in coin collecting and coin sales and as a coin dealer. And I've only gotten better along the way, and now I can focus all of my time on it. And he was always involved, always learning, always making new contacts, networking. And you gotta maintain what's going on in the actual market. If you just have one line of focus, let's say all you do is you go on eBay, you go to the top, you click on deals, and you just look at that. If that's all you know, that is peanuts compared to what is really going on out there. You gotta know multifaceted, just constantly have different streams of information coming in. Talk to people, go to a shop, go to a show, attend an auction, go to a club, and just keep the information stream flowing. You're always going to learn. You're always going to get better information. You're going to make mistakes. And if you're not making mistakes, you're just taking a slower time to learn, is my opinion on that. Making mistakes is good. Just got to make small ones, don't make the big ones. Make small ones along the way, and you are definitely learning. But so anyways, he tells me, this is my drug, this is my passion. And he's telling me, this guy's into cigars, this guy, he had a buddy who's into drugs and he's not doing so good, and another got hooked on the bottle, became an alcoholic, and is just living a horrible life. And I said to myself, man, that's exactly the same thing. It's a drug. It kind of, you just want more, and it's healthy because it's kind of a side hustle, okay? It's kind of a side hustle. You buy, you sell. I mean, it's not the main source of income to support yourself or your family, or at least in just, John Q. Public, the hobbyist, who's a general collector, who bought an MS-63 Morgan Dollar, then went out and found a good deal on an MS-65, and now he's taking his 63 and selling it, and he's learning. He's like, hey, maybe I overpaid for the 63, or maybe I got that 65 at a really good deal. I can't believe, and you just constantly learning. And it's a side hustle. So you're flipping, you're upgrading your own collection, and you're enjoying it. And it's about just feeling good. I was watching a video of a YouTube channel, and the gentleman's YouTube channel name is Collecting Vintage Watches. And he says, hey, I'm about to purchase a quartz watch that, when I was younger, this was the top watch to have, and it's pulling on his strings of his childhood memories. And I commented in that video, I'm like, hey, that is pure passion. That is pure passion. Absolutely do it. Forget about where the market is in watches. It's Rolex or nothing right now, and forget about that. You got to do what you enjoy. It's going to continue to fuel the fire, and that's why I think men or anybody in general should have a hobby, okay? You know, collect something. You learn more about it. I was at the coin shop behind the counter, coin and jewelry shop, and the guy walks in and he says, "Hey, I'm looking for knives." Okay, take a look at the knives. And I said, "Well, do you have a pocket knife on you now?" He pulled it out, and he says, "It's not really much." And I go, "Well, it looks like you carry tip up." He's like, "Well, what do you mean?" And I showed him the side of the knife where you can unscrew the clip that you clip to your pocket pant pocket, rather. And I said, look, you can unscrew this and flip that around. And some people prefer carrying a knife with the blade tip up. Some people tip down. What do you prefer? And he's like, "Man, I never even knew that." You know, just constantly learning, constantly learning. Another guy walks in about knives. For 30 minutes, this guy, all he wanted to do was talk about his experiences, you know. And at first, you know, most people might be like, "Okay, guy, you know, I got a business to run here, or I got things to do. Are you going to buy something or not?" But listen, that's not good business. That's not how you learn. I was holding a conversation with this guy. He's teaching me. He's teaching me. There's nobody out there that knows everything. This guy is off the street collector, and he knows way more about knives than most shop owners, okay? And it's good to have connections like that, because he can walk in the store and say, "Hey, do you have any new knives?" And I could say, "Oh yeah, we got all these in, and I was waiting for you so you could have first choice. But also, can you tell me a little bit about this?" So you have that two-way street. You appreciate those knowledgeable customers. You give them first showing of items for sale. In turn, they, you know, price or tell you what the market is for certain knives, and you know, Pumas and old school Gerbers, and so on and so forth, okay? Stories about Chuck Buck. I mean, listen, there's stuff out there that, you know, these collectors who that's all they do, that's their side hustle. Talking to them, it's a wealth of information. And that's why I love collecting. You're always learning. In my mind, it's a drug. It's a healthy drug. You know, you just want more, and you have fun doing it, and you want to share it with your friends, and it's contagious. And there's peer pressure involved. I mean, all that stuff, man. I'm telling you, I love collecting. What do I collect? What do you collect? And specialize in something. I'm at a coin show. Somebody walks up and I say, hey guy, what do you specialize in? And 9 times out of 10, I hear, I'm looking for a deal, a little bit of everything. Okay, fine. You know, maybe that's true, or maybe they just don't want to be, you know, they don't want me to pull the, you know, carnival midway where I'm like, hey, you know, here's a dart, pop a balloon, everybody's a winner, you know. Hey, maybe he just doesn't want that. Fine, you know, give me a little answer, keep moving, I don't care. But what I'm trying to do is try to say, hey, you know, teach me, I'll teach you. Maybe you can look at my stuff, I'll look at your stuff. And that's what fuels that collector fire. There you have it. That's my opinion on why people in general should have a hobby. It's a side hustle. It's healthy. And hey, who knows, when you retire, you might do it full time.